Hello everybody, welcome my reseller community. If you're new here, my name is Jeff, and you can say that, or you can be like, my name is Jeff. I'm an eBay seller. I'm a local seller. I'm a district marketplace creator. You can check out awesome, cool pop culture stuff at haypopculture.com. Hay, popculture.com. I've got some exciting things to share with you about what's going on there. And I've got some, just a life update. I'm really excited, guys. I've been busy. I've been super busy this week. Sales have been great. Local sales have been, well, today made up. Today was a really great day. I sold 4 pieces of art. I've been reflecting. I've been thinking about this year. December is a great time of year, right? December is like, every day is like Friday. That's the way I see it. Leading up to the Friday of all Fridays I personally love Christmas Eve the most. And I get a Vikings game on this Christmas Eve, so it's like a little Christmas present to myself. Although I don't think they're going to do anything this year. But I've been doing a lot of reflecting. Now, the topic of this video is a bunch of musings and ramblings and kind of like where I was in early 2023 and how things have shifted and changed. And I've had a perspective shift in terms of just the reselling vibe, the reselling community, like my own personal reselling. And it's for the good. Like, I'm so super excited. I haven't been this excited about reselling in a really long time. So I kind of want to share some thoughts. And I want to give a big, and I do not mean this in a sarcastic way. I want to give a big thank you to eBay. I'll explain what I mean by this. And I legit do not mean this in a sarcastic way. I'm trying to reframe the last 6 months that we've gone through as resellers. It's been a crazy, nutty, frustrating, with highs and lows, but I have a lot of things to be thankful for, and I want to share some of those things with you. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay, so the beginning of this year, I was building my eBay business. I did a few local sales. But I didn't really, it was more or less things that maybe were bigger, or for whatever reason I thought they might do locally. But I mean, I probably had less than 50 listings spread out between Marketplace and Craigslist. Now, and I was happy with that. I was happy building my eBay business. I never went on YouTube. I was in my own world. I sourced, listed, shipped. Source, listed, shipped. Just, it was like a hamster wheel, but it was a happy hamster wheel. I was seeing growth in my business. I was seeing my store get bigger. I was, in my mind, I felt like I was laying a foundation, and I was going to soar into my 60s and 70s with an eBay store, and that was just like churning out profit. I was trying to get my inventory more organized. And then April 1st happened. We all know what happened. But because of that, I have made a huge shift to selling, to listing more things locally. I don't know how many listings I have, but I mean, I've probably have 15 to 20 times more than what I did. And out of everything that we've gone through, District has popped up, and I'm super optimistic about the potential for that. I'll be getting more into that later. And I feel like it is absolutely imperative to, you know, cross-list if you want. And I do some cross-listing, like some things on eBay are also on local, especially if I have like multiples. But I think how I'm going to approach my businesses going forward is having different items on different platforms. Now, there will be some overlapping, and I'm going to give you an example. I've got like some examples of just random things that I've been listing or things that have sold to give you an idea of which platform and my thought process as to why I would list certain things on certain platforms. But I want more balance in my reselling business. I want it to be more spread out. I feel like the reason, and correct me if I'm wrong, the reason that there was so much backlash and, you know, there was so much negativity towards eBay is because the majority of us have all of our eggs in the eBay basket, or had. And in a way, maybe we were naive that way. Maybe we got too comfortable. And you know, eBay is a business, and they're going to do what's in their best interest. We have to do what's in our best interest. I have to do what's in my best interest. And I want to get to a place where eBay makes up a significant less amount of my revenue. I feel it is absolutely imperative for my own mental health. And in a way, because of the changes that Cassini did, because of the massive dump Cassini took on all of our algorithmic matrix stuff, we've all been forced to change. And I, for one, am really starting to get excited about those changes, because I'm starting to see, you know, consistent results from the labor that I put into the platforms that I do use. And I just feel like it would make everybody sleep better at night if they were not so reliant on just one platform. And I know this is not new information or anything, but I want to share with you the different platforms that I sell on. And like I said, I'm going to show you some examples, and I'm going to say why I would list certain things on certain platforms. Also, before I forget, when April 1st happened, I never went on YouTube to watch reselling videos. So had that not happened, I may never have gone on. I may never have watched Harry Tornado's video that inspired me to start a YouTube channel. And I thought my YouTube channel was going to be all about, you know, what I bought, what I sold. And I still enjoy doing things like that. I don't spend as much time. I don't devote a whole video to it. I'm gonna get you caught up on one of my accounts and show you some things that sold. I'm gonna show you the art that sold today. It's already gone, but I can show you the listing that I had because I do enjoy that. And sometimes there is a story that goes along with that you know, people do find interesting. But had what happened, had the algorithmic change not happened, I would not have been on YouTube. I would not have started a YouTube channel. I would not have met all of you guys. You know, I would not have met Primo Chemo and his wife Spam, or Jack, and both of these people, all of these people I talk with almost daily now. I wouldn't have met Jet Fixer. I wouldn't have met all of the people, and I wouldn't have been introduced to any of this community I wouldn't have been making money from YouTube. That would never have happened. I never would have probably been contacted by district to thank me for the video that I did about Jocelyn and her knickknacks community. I never would have started my own marketplace on district. District probably wouldn't have even caught as much fire as it did had there not been as many resellers tired of paying an exorbitant amount of fees. So everything is awesome, right? If you think about it, like this is just business. This is how things happen. Cause and effect. Because of that cause, it has affected things in my life that I feel extremely grateful for, meeting the people that I've met, forming relationships with them, being more proactive. Now I source things directly to sell local. Whereas before it was like, if I sourced it, it was always to sell online. And now I'm thinking, and the postage rates have an impact in that. So because of all the things that have happened, it's caused all these awesome other cool things to happen. And it's just, I'm super excited about where things are going to be going. And, you know, I just think that that's an awesome perspective to have. And if you're not doing the things that are getting you excited about the future of reselling, then here's your little push. You know, sometimes it takes one thing that somebody says on a YouTube channel to inspire you to go do something. And I'm not saying I'm saying anything inspiring now. I'm just saying I could be giving you a little nudge to do something that maybe you've been putting off, because I am a master procrastinator. You don't even know. I am a master procrastinator. But let's go ahead. Let's talk about the things that the markets that I sell on. Let's do that. So I sell on Facebook Marketplace. I sell on Craigslist. I sell on this app called Carrot. And those are the only 3 local marketplaces that I have found to be of any use whatsoever. I've tried Kijiji, it's completely useless. I've tried Virage Sale, it's completely useless. Nextdoor, which I don't even think is technically a selling app, but people sell on it, it was completely useless. And I sell on eBay. I have 2 stores on eBay, and I have a district marketplace that you guys will be hearing a lot more about in the future. So let's take a few things, and this is kind of like Maria's calling. Okay, I don't even know exactly where I was, but I think I was starting to talk about a few things that I've listed this week, and I want to share with you why I choose to list them on certain markets. A Lego set, eBay, district, because it falls under the pop culture. Now, my thought process is, in the beginning, I'm going to cross list and then put like notes on certain items. So I think I have 15 items listed on district, but another seller, my first seller who has joined, Chameleon Collectibles, maybe I have 20 up. I don't know. Last time I checked, there's almost 100 very cool pop culture collectibles in there. If anybody's looking for an awesome Christmas gift, go shop and check out Chameleon Collectibles. Anyhow, I want to list items until I start getting sales, until traffic starts to pick up, and then I think I'm only going to list certain items on district, and I'm just going to leave them off of eBay now. I think that's how I'm going to approach things. And I would list it on Facebook and Craigslist, because it's kind of, that Lego set would be, and it's brand new. So people in Marketplace, you have to understand who shops on different marketplaces. Like, for example, Facebook Marketplace. A lot of moms shop on Facebook Marketplace, so you can sell clothes. New toys do very well on there. Home decor, health and beauty do well on Facebook Marketplace. On Craigslist, I think it's a more male audience, like outdoor stuff, tools, sporting goods. You can do good with home decor on there as well. The artwork that I sold today, that was listed on both on Craigslist and Facebook, and that one was a Craigslist sale, and he's interested in more actually, which I have more, and I don't even know if he saw everything that I had. Funny story today. So we meet in this little plaza, and I told him to meet me by the Starbucks. Now he's from like 45 minutes away. So I'm at the Starbucks waiting in my car. He calls me and he's like, I'm over here by this this liquor store. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I drive over, pull up, pulling all these paintings out, lining them up in front of the liquor store. And he's like, so he stands back and he's like this. He's like, and then somebody walks by, and then another person starts looking at them, you know, because anytime somebody gives attention to something, other people want to know what are they giving their attention to. And she's like, ooh, she's like, that's really nice. And I'm like, and he's like, I know, right? So we ended up buying 4 of the 6 pieces that I brought, which was awesome. It was like, it was just an easy transaction. I gave him a deal. He didn't haggle, and he just, you know, those are the customers that I want. It was just, and he wants to buy more. And I don't even think he has seen everything that I had. So I'm going to kind of curate a little list of things that I have that I think he might be interested in. And it's just, you know, I've always wanted to sell more and more art. And when you curate kind of like obscure or unique pieces that you think are cool, and then you find other people that share that same passion or appreciation for art, it makes you feel like, oh, maybe I do know what I'm doing. Not that I've ever doubted myself, but it's cool to see that translate into, you know, money. You know, that's ultimately, I can't just keep buying stuff. I'm not a collector. I'm a collector for a certain period in time, and then my appreciation is seeing it go off to another person, and then I can buy more, and then my collection can grow, but it only stays with me for a brief period of time before it goes off. You know, we can't take it with us, right? We can't. Everything's got to go at some point. We got to go at some point. So, okay, so Archies. I sold, you know, those little Archie books. A lot of 35 of them. They were in low grade. Only would list those on eBay. It's the only place where someone would buy those. I buy them on Craigslist and Facebook. I shop for collections of those things because I know that I can make a large lot and flip them on eBay. They do sell, even in low grade condition. If you have enough of them and you're getting them for like 10 or 15 cents and you're selling them for $1.50 each times 35 or 50 or 75, however big of a lot you have. And, you know, you can make some decent money doing that. Well, I have a winter jacket that I have right behind me. I don't even remember. I think I actually got this for free at a garage sale. It's like it's just a very common Old Navy. It's like new. It's pretty much brand new. I actually need to get this listed today because it's winter. I would list that on Facebook and Carrot. Craigslist. I mean, I could list it on Craigslist, but I don't think it would be a good time / the time you spent for the potential of the sale. Some Harley hats. Now, I used to want to sell these things on eBay because I like to buy brands. Now, I looked at the tags, I bought them together, I got them in a garage sale. The one says it has a Harley, the one has a Harley tag on it, the other one doesn't have a Harley tag on it. I don't want to mess with it on eBay. I just don't want to, you know, risk getting a Vero or a counterfeit claim. And so I would list that on Craigslist and Carrot. I would not list it on Facebook as well, because Facebook has its own issues with things getting taken down. And there's nobody to talk to. Their rules are very vague. So I'm very careful about the things that I list on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, so what is this, you say? It's an IKEA spice, it's an insert for spice jars. It's called a V-A-R-I-E-R-A, Verriera. I just listed these. I mean, I listed 3 of these that I bought last week. I've sold these before. These actually, they're discontinued. If you find them, they sell for pretty good money. I listed the 3 that I have for like $44. I paid $3 for them. And I just sent an offer to someone, I knocked 10% off. And they haven't bought them yet, but they will sell. And then a couple days ago, I found 6. Now, these ones are slightly used. I've washed them. They still smell a little like spices. Anybody have any thoughts on how to get this out? I'm going to list them as used. I have 6 of them. They're going to sell. 6 of them will probably easily sell for $75. But I would feel a little bit like if I can't get the spice smell out, I mean, that's what they're going to be used for. It shouldn't really matter that they smell a little like turmeric or, I don't know. It's very faint, but it's there. But I would only list those on eBay. No one locally would pay the money that you're going to get for them on eBay. Coasters. I've got these cool coasters the other day. This is just like they have like indigenous art. So these are all the same, but the colors are a little bit different. So there's a set of 6. And then I got like 7 sets of these little coasters. So I guess these are different. Oh. I paid $3, $2.50 for each 6 sets. I'm going to list these on Facebook, Craigslist, and Carrot. I don't want to list them on eBay because they would probably sell, but with the visibility issues and they could break in transit, I think someone will. They're all really cool. They all have really cool art on them. That's what caught my eye. So I just feel they're more suited for, especially now, potential gift. And then I have these He-Man. This is the last one that I'm gonna example. I have these old He-Man cards. There's like a whole stack of them. Now, I originally was gonna, I mean, I'm kind of stupid for what I originally thought. I did have them listed individually in a multi-quantity lot, so people could come in and pick and choose which ones they wanted. My thinking was, and I bought these off of Craigslist locally, cheap. I don't remember what I paid for them. My thinking was people could come in and kind of fill holes in their collection. I sold 2. One to my only viewer sale. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. And then I just sold one recently, and I was like, you know what? This is just not worth it. It's not worth it to sell something this small. So I took the listing down, and I'm going to go ahead and just make it, I'm going to bundle them all together. I would sell this on District because it's totally in the pop culture realm, and eBay. All right, you wouldn't know, but I literally looked up at the clock and it was 3:58. And I was supposed to be somewhere at 4 to sell a Nike bag. So I had to stop. I literally did the worst faux pas, socks with slippers. I just had to go out the door and meet this person, and now I'm back. All of that in like 15 minutes. And I wanted the sale. It was $40. I've had it for a while, and I wouldn't trust selling it on eBay. I mean, I know it's real, but I don't know. I'm really scared of certain brands. So today has just been a very good blur of a day. All right, so I showed you, I talked about that. I'm gonna show you some get you caught up on some things that I've sold lately and see if there's any cool stories. But before I do that, I want to make you guys an offer that you can't refuse. I know I talked about my district marketplace, the last video that I did. Now, it wasn't live. It wasn't live. I don't know if you guys went there. You can now go to Hey Pop Culture, Hay Pop Culture, and at the top you can sign up. Now, I'm continually learning things about district and how it works. Primo had his onboarding today, and then after he was done, first thing he said to me after his onboarding, he's like, I can see why you're so excited about district. He's like, he's got some plans. Something that you guys might not know, because I didn't know. You can sell under different marketplaces. So just because you join one marketplace doesn't mean that you have to sell all your products there. You could have pop culture items that you sell in my marketplace, and then you maybe have everything. Maybe you have like a, maybe you sell like you're an everything seller. So everything else, you could put it in Craigslist Hunter, which to my understanding is kind of like an everything marketplace. Maybe you sell postcards, and maybe you want to create your own postcard. Maybe that's your passion. You want to create your own postcard marketplace. You can do that and still sell in other people's marketplaces. The flexibility is endless. It really is. eBay is great. eBay is becoming a means to an end for, it is not the community that it once was, and that's okay too. eBay is trying to Amazonify itself. Amazonify itself to some level. Like, I think that's what they want. I don't think it's going to work, and I think what they're becoming is actually a detriment when you consider what it used to be. It used to be like a cool, hip place to go and buy and sell things. It was more community focused, and I think that the future of e-commerce, to some degree, and maybe I'm way off, I think it's going to be more community focused. Because if you think about how segregated we are in our lives, especially if you work from home or if you have your own business, everyone is kind of in their own little world, and they're shopping more and more online, whereas they used to go to malls, they used to go to like specific destination places to go do their buying. And online shopping is a very lonely thing, I guess. And I don't know, part of me thinks that when I think about the community that is built in YouTube, about how, I've been on YouTube for 6 months now, and the community that I have discovered and that is being created here by all of you. And then there are other pockets of communities, some overlap, some don't. It's cool. It's cool. And I think it only reinforces that need to interact with people. And I think that's what District is really building there, are communities. So I want to show you guys something. All right, so here's my store. And it's just, if you just go heypopculture.com right there, you can see there's 99 listings here. Some of these are mine. Some of these are Chameleon collectibles. Super cool stuff. If you are looking for any ideas for Christmas gifts. Okay, but what I want to show you here. So this is my item. This is a Taylor Swift display metal art retro. It's just like metal art. Now, I have this listed for $44.97. You can go to Displate and buy it. It's $50 plus shipping. But here's what I want to show you guys. How nice is this? It tells you, so as the owner of this marketplace, I pay $2.06 for the processing fee, and the marketplace fee is 5% for me. All right, and it tells you what you're going to earn. If you think about this number, and you think about if you sold this on eBay for $44.97, and you start to add up the fees, 30-cent fee, 12 to 15% final value fees on the item, on the cost of on the shipping and handling, and then if you promote, whether you promote at 2, 5, 15%, you're paying 15% on the item, on the shipping and handling, and on the tax. There's a reason they don't show you. I'm not even going to do the math. I don't need to do all the math. You can do that. You can do all that math in your head. You are going to get a significantly less amount than $40.66. All right? Now, let me flip this around, and I'm going to tell you what my offer is to you. When I first talked about District and shared my referral link in the last video, my marketplace wasn't live, and I didn't know that. I thought it was. I mean, I knew it wasn't, but I still thought you could see it and sign up. And when I signed up my first seller, I discovered something, that you as a marketplace owner can determine what your marketplace fee is, and it can go down or it can go up. So I asked my contact at District, why would somebody want it to go up? And he goes, well, if you feel your value is so great as a marketplace, then you can charge more. It's really your own, it's your creation. And so in a way to put my motivation, or not motivation, but in a way to demonstrate that it's not about the money. It's about helping sellers be more successful. I am going to make you an offer that for anybody who signs up as a seller, an active seller, somebody who is committed to listing product, there's no listing amount. But if you just sign up and you do nothing, then I'm not going to grandfather you in at a 2% marketplace fee. So for the next 2 months, until February 1st, let's just say, anybody who signs up with the intention of becoming like an actual seller under Hey Pop Culture, I'll grandfather you in at a 2% marketplace fee. It's not about the money. It's about creating a community. It's about showing and helping people to be able to profit more on the items that they're selling. I don't know where you can get 7% final value fees, right? And I recognize, and part of the reason why I'm doing this is all new to me. Like learning and it's going to be exciting as Jack gets his marketplace up and running. And Primo had mentioned he may want to create his own in a very niche, but I'll let him decide. But the thing is, you can actually create your own marketplaces and then sell other things in other marketplaces. But I want to reward people who come join and come early and join this journey with me, under the pretext that, it's going to take a little while to build, but I'm going to lock you in at that rate. I won't raise it because there will be more people in the future who join. And then I can, after February 1st, I'll probably raise it to 3%. So it would be, your final value fees would be 8% total. Now, so you would be paying less in final value fees than I would be paying as a marketplace owner. Now, if I had a larger social following for did you know Commonwealth and ADH Dave and American Arbitrage, they've created a marketplace. And they already had massive social following. So I recognize I don't have that. but I don't know what they're offering in terms of what their marketplace fees are. You know, they're really final value fees. I like to speak in language that you know what I'm talking about. So essentially, and now one other caveat, I have a number in my head of sellers I would like to bring on in kind of like this first wave. If that number is met, I reserve the right to cancel the promotional period, but I will give you a week's notice before I do, which I think is more than fair. I have no idea what the response will be, if it will be any response at all. I know many people are, you know, just eBay, but I think there is a dangerous risk in not diversifying, because, you know, sooner or later, one of these upstart companies, you know, people often say other companies have, you know, come and gone. I don't actually know of any other companies. Maybe I was never looking. I wasn't part of the community that, you know, so maybe they were just so small that I had just never heard of them. But I don't know of any other companies that have actually. I have an alarm set that keeps cutting me off and I can't figure out how to turn it off. I think it was the alarm I set for my Craigslist sale that I just had, but I must have set the wrong time. Anyhow, I don't know of any other companies that have had a concept that has been so embraced. And, you know, like I said, maybe there have been, but I would feel like I wouldn't feel very great if I dismissed what district was building and I chose to ignore it. And then a year goes by and, you know, I'm just that much more behind in creating something there than I would be had I started now, if that makes sense. I would really be especially interested in bringing on sellers who want to do lives. I think there's something about the lives, like I'm probably going to have to do them at some point, but I think there is something about them that really generates a lot of buzz. So, all right, enough of that talk. If you have any other questions, my email is in the contact information. And, you know, I like to have a conversation with everybody, any seller that is interested, just to get to know them, because, you know, your success is my success. So I want to get to know you. I want to have a working relationship with you as well. So with that being said, let's just show a few things that have sold this week, and then we'll wrap this up and any closing thoughts that I may have. All right, I just want to show you the pieces that sold today. This is just an iconic woman in red umbrella. The image, when I Google searched it, it's a very common, and this was must have been somebody locally who painted it. And yeah, I just thought they did a great job on that. So that sold. This is it's a framed print of a famous Vietnamese. I mean, the topic is horrible. It had to do with some sort of bombing or something. I can't even remember, but there was that sold. That didn't sell. I don't know. This one is so completely unlike the others. I don't know why he even wanted to see the Taylor Swift one. This abstract fireburst, sunburst, this sold today. And this piece sold. And then this is this was a band called Mother Mother. They're a Canadian rock band. I think they were most famous for one of their songs, like I think was made popular by TikTok. And then there was one more. He wanted to see this one. I wanted to tell a little story about this one. This is by Podge Elvenstar. He is an artist out of Hawaii. I'll show you his website. So this is the actual, it's called Ascension Hana Bamboo Forest. So he sells the prints for $555, and the original sold for $1,500. I don't know how long ago. I know his pieces go for quite a bit now, but I mean, I just love this kind of art. Just so beautiful. Kind of reminds me of like Life Aquatic. That kind of Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, the cinematography of that particular movie. I love everything Wes Anderson does. So anyhow, going back to this painting. So I had this on eBay, and I think I had it for like, I want to say like $400 and some dollars. And somebody added it to their watch list, and I sent them an offer, and the guy responded. And here he was a business associate of Podge Elvenstar. This is Podge's other site. And he goes, "Thank you for your very generous offer." He said, and then he explained who he was. So he's obviously not looking to buy it. And then he basically wanted to let me know that I've priced this much cheaper than it should be. He's like, this is a limited edition canvas Gisli, which it's not. It's actually an embellished print. And I know that because I actually contacted Podge on Facebook, and we actually had some back and forth. I sent him pictures, and he confirmed. I believe it's actually signed on the back, I'm pretty sure. And so he confirmed that it was a embellished print, framed, and so his business partner said that it's printed with archival ink and UV coated for sun protection. Podge considers himself a surreal artist and was a featured and celebrated artist on Front Street I don't know how to say this, I apologize, La Haini, for over 15 years, right up until, I guess there was a fire there. And then he was helping me, giving me some keywords for potentially how I, can get it seen by more people. So I thought that was super cool that he contacted me and kind of helped me out. And it's actually one of my favorite pieces. It is going to be going back up for sale, and I will appreciate it while I have it. And then again, it'll be off to go see someone else. But this one, I think I'm going to price this high enough that I don't really want it to sell, but if it does, then we'll see. All right, before I show you, kind of get you caught up on what sold on my store, and then I'll do Maria's store another day. I noticed this the other day, and this is probably nothing new, but it just blew my mind. So somebody had bought a leather keychain. I joke I'm the leather keychain king. And it was a multi-quantity listing. So he bought the green one on a listing. So I had to go into the original listing and remove the green from the description, from the pictures and the descriptions. So I clicked on it, I scrolled down, and I don't know, something caught my eye. I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, this is my page. It was an organic, purchase, a sale, an organic sale. But look at how shady this is. This is my listing right here. This is my listing that eBay is showing an impression. They're collecting an impression on my listing, on my page. Like, it's bad enough that eBay puts related sponsored items directly underneath yours. It's bad enough. But if I'm understanding this correctly, he could come from an organic way. Like, I could literally I could put this listing on my social networks. Somebody come there organically, buy this, and then they scroll down there and like, oh, I'm going to buy this. And then this is a promoted listing fee. I feel that is such a cash grab. And maybe I shouldn't feel that way, but I was just shocked that they're basically they're filling quotas to get you a certain amount of impressions for the promoted listings. And I knew I couldn't go a video without saying something about promoted listings. I don't know who I was kidding. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think of that practice. All right, so we're going to go through this fast. I've got a ton of these. I think I showed you guys one the other day. I think I sold one for like 25 or 30. This one sold for 42. The price is back up on these things. I still probably have like 25 of these. A Disney pin, a used Buffy, that actually sold for 35. 17. This was a nice little lot of We Bear Bears. There was like a plush, a bag, a little zippered pouch, and some stickers. Batman lot sold for 15. This book sold for 10. This sold for 15. I don't know why it's not showing best offer. This sold for 15. I swear, so many things have sold for 15 recently. This was the Archies I was talking about. I actually accepted an offer for 35 on these. There were 44 of them. I tried to upsell him, but he wanted to add, like, he came in with a low ball offer, and oftentimes I will give a pretty decent deal for the first time, thinking maybe I can upsell him, but he wanted like a 65. He wanted to add another 65 lot for kind of like a low ball. And I can't do free shipping and accept another lowball offer, so I just declined. I'm like, you know what? Let's just stick with the one order. This sold for 15. I'm thinking that this is probably sold because this Furiosa, there's a new movie coming out with it. I just watched the trailer today. It looks phenomenal. The last Mad Max is like a epic, it is just, it's so beautiful. The scenery, the imagery, cinematography, the action scenes, they were like just this action musical. It was so awesome. This Jurassic Park, this actually sold for 9. This was part of an upsell. This was three boxes. I ended up accepting an offer of $10 each. I bought these at a garage sale, very, very cheap. This was a bulk offer, combined shipping. And the funny thing is he bought them, and then I had to send the invoice, like, for some reason, because I don't have on make the buyer pay immediately. He was so appreciative that I just went ahead and combined the shipping, as if he's like, thanks for making me not have to ask to do that. So if you're out there and you get combined orders, just combine the shipping. Make it, make that a good practice to do. He was very appreciative of that. So we got off to a good start. I tried to upsell him. He just didn't find anything else. But I mean, he did spend 60, 70, like almost $80 on three pins. I know I have more of these somewhere. I can't find them. This Shaolin Cowboy sold for 29. This was a cool thrift store purchase. I think I paid like $3 for these two. They sold for 33. Titus, this is a DVD to be on the lookout for. It comes in a package of seasons 1 and 2 are there. That sold for 34. I paid like $3 for that. Venom, this sold for 11. Probably undersold it, but I don't know. I comped them, and this is my favorite. This is my favorite sale of the week. This is look at that title. Travel perfumes. Great way to sample many perfumes. This is an old listing. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, clearly I wasn't, but it sold for $31, and I don't even know where I got all these. There were like 12 or 13 of these little travel perfumes, and yeah. This was the whole set. This did sell for 95. There was a lot of 17. I think these sold for 25. Spawn, big seller here. One of my best sellers at one time. This sold for 45. This was that garbage He-Man. He only bought one. This Expo hat was flawless condition. Sold for 35. I mean, that doll, I can't believe that sold for 17. A band I've never heard of, Scruffy the Cat, Moons of Jupiter. Has anybody heard of this band? It was brand new, sealed. I think I paid $1.50 at a thrift store for this one. This sold for almost 17. Some mittens. CGC book I bought at that con I went to 2 or 3 cons ago. I think I paid $15 for this. And then I ended up upselling him another $65. He bought another lot of like Rat Queen Raw books. This is a hilarious book. Someday this will get made an option. I'm 100% certain of it. Think Disenchantment and Guardians of the Galaxy, kinda. Well, maybe not. Yeah, kinda. They're a team. I mean, just the comedic aspect of Guardians of the Galaxy. Another Disney pin. This is a foreign manga. I like selling foreign manga. I don't really have a lot of competition, but they're really slow sellers. Harajuku Lovers. I think we're caught up. I think we're pretty much back where this puka head plush sold for $73. I accepted an offer on this Iron Maiden. I have multiple copies of these. There were 15 books plus a magazine. I accepted an offer for $175. Yeah, I think we're pretty much caught up. Cool Indiana Jones movie poster, bought off a movie employee. Yeah, so those are just some of the things that I've been selling on my store. You know, I don't want this to be too long of a what sold, but I think there were some pretty cool things there worth sharing. All right, I'm going to end this video. I don't know how long it is. I hope it's under an hour because I seem to have problems rendering things. But I feel like a shift is happening, at least for me internally. I feel like I'm ready for this year to be over. I'm ready to enjoy this month, closing out 2023. I'm excited about where things are going. And again, if you are interested in exploring other avenues to sell pop culture related things, link is in the bio, heypopculture.com. Sign up on the top right. You get $5 towards a purchase. I get $5 towards a purchase. Be a seller, be a buyer, join the community, check it out. There's lots of cool things to discover on District. And I'm going to try to get this live for the night. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the chat. Hopefully your sales are doing well. Peace and blessings to you guys. 1 week till Maria is home. Very excited about that. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. Feed that YouTube algorithm. Like, dislike. You know what? Just do something. Actually, I welcome dislikes now. I don't want you to just not do anything. Like, dislike, leave a comment, do whatever you want. Cheers.